When people make an apology, they just can't take responsibility for it themselves. Why can't they say, I messed up, I don't... Why are they going to make it into a bigger picture? Like, they're almost trying to generalize stuff so they don't take all the flack. Like, say you done goofed, and then say you're sorry. It's as simple as that. Look at this, man. It's a Bible entry. Just say you're retarded.
So if you aren't following the Pyrocynical situation, I'd really suggest watching my video going over the entire situation up until the first Tom video, which is when the situation started picking up again. I also spent a lot of time on it, so that as well. This is unironically my 6th draft of this video because Tom released a video, then released a Google Doc, then he released another video, then Dolan Doc Vampire was going to respond, but then he didn't respond, but now he has, and my opinions have changed about 6 different times. I usually don't like making 2 videos on a situation, let alone 3, but I feel like there's too much more shit to just not say anything. After Ivory released his final thread talking about the Pyro situation, it was quiet for a bit until Tom, a YouTuber I'm a huge fan of, drops a video titled Pyrocynical's Lies Setting the Record Straight, which, while I feel Pyro did a good job of responding to, a lot of the video still holds up and is good nonetheless. He then released a Google Doc and another video responding to the people responding to the document and giving more evidence. All 3 will obviously be linked in the description. I was going to do another video, but unlike my first video on the allegations, which was released about 20 hours after the thread was posted, I wanted to wait for more stuff, and that patience has rewarded me. While recording another video that may be out by the time this one is, I got a YouTube notification from Pyrocynical called My Response, and while it was definitely a good response and completely changed mine and clearly a lot of people's opinions on Pyro, it did leave a little bit to be desired, at least in my opinion. I'm prefacing this video by saying the response made me want to support Pyro again. I just feel like something could have been done a lot better. He's not a groomer or a pedophile or a predator, and I genuinely never thought he was. As he said in the video, he's only guilty of being a degenerate who wants to inhale furry farts. Firstly, I want to talk about how he acts towards Tom. Obviously, I understand if some random commentary YouTuber who's a lot smaller than you essentially fucks your public image, you wouldn't be too happy, but I feel he doesn't give enough credit for Tom. While Pyro disproved some of the document, the same document he claims is poorly written, I feel some of it holds up, and even some of it Pyro tried to disprove holds up. No matter how much he said he didn't see it, there is no way you convince me that Pyro had no idea Ivory was 15. Again, in my eyes, this doesn't make him a pedophile. I'm assuming he just got way too far into the roleplay shit, and at that point, it's not sexual, so it'll be fine because he's 16 soon. Even though that's pretty retarded in my eyes, it is roleplay, and Pyro knew it wasn't going anywhere. He also doesn't refer to Tom by name, just saying there was some document written. While I don't think this is intentional, this could be a way to try and sort of dehumanize Tom and act as if he's just irrelevant and like he shouldn't be taken that seriously. At first I thought this was intentional to stop his fanbase from just going after Tom, but he shows videos from other people covering the situation, and one shows Tom's video with, his name. Again, while I doubt this is intentional, he could end up making it so his fans take nothing Tom says seriously. Again, this is coming from somebody who's a huge fan of Pyro. He does link the document in the description, but if you've just been told it's poorly written, makes insane assumptions, and doesn't prove anything, why would you have an incentive to check it out? He also says Ivory never disclosed his age, which is the only flat-out lie I saw in the video, as he literally contradicts it later.
And the fact that I didn't, that is so incredibly negligent of me to do so. I may have been young myself, but still old enough to know better. But let me be very clear. I had absolutely no idea that he was 15. It would have been a hell of a lot less likely for me to see all but one of these tweets that's been used as evidence in this Google Doc.
He says Ivory never disclosed his age, but later in the video talks about how Ivory did in fact say his age, but apparently Pyro didn't see, which I genuinely do not believe. Although Pyro apologized to Ivory, and it seems actually genuine, and I commend him for it, I think Pyro should have told his fans off for attacking Ivory. The amount of downright fucking bullying I've seen against Ivory just for coming out about something that clearly bothered him, even if he didn't do it in the best possible way, is downright disgusting. Also, I feel like the Colossal's crazy reading was a little bit forced.
I'd love for my Sona to be licking at his fat, sweaty ass while rubbing his belly from behind, and then just having him gas all over my Sona's face. That'd be so nice. Or if mine was just underneath him, getting railed underneath his huge belly, and your Sona could be gassing non-stop as he fucks mine like... Huh? Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while... Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while rubbing you against my huge, sweaty moobs, then kiss your cheeks, telling you how much I loved you, and then kiss you on the lips and let out a hard, long belch into your mouth. Come on.
Literally DeviantArt here. My god.
But that's pretty much everything wrong with this, at least in my opinion. He also admits he jerks off to fat furry part porn, which he did say in his Reddit response, but it's weird hearing him actually say it. So now I want to move on to what I think Pyro did right. As I said, he apologizes to Ivory and says his girlfriend Ida acted poorly towards Ivory. If you don't know, Ida is Pyrocynical's current girlfriend, and who attempted to gaslight and victim blame Ivory, and just acted downright venomous towards Ivory, and made Pyro look even worse. Ida in this situation has been pretty retarded and malicious, but as we've seen before with Hyojin, Pyro clearly does not have the best taste in women. He also says what he did wasn't grooming, which is the thing I think Ivory fucked up the most. He also mentions evidence of when he invited Ivory to the UK for drinks, which he also invited a bunch of other people to. This was a point that when I heard it the first time, I thought it was clearly misconstrued towards Pyro, and that the fact that Pyro invited someone he talked to regularly along with other people to hang out, to me at least, didn't imply sex whatsoever, which some people believed it did for some reason. He also reaffirms that there's no legitimate sexual intent behind anything he said to Ivory, and no nudes were sent to him whatsoever. He also brings up Ivory lived in Pennsylvania, something at the time of making my Pyro video I didn't know, and thought something Tommy C said as saying Ivory lived in New York, where the age of consent is 17. The age of consent in Pennsylvania is 16, which I will apologize for. He also talks about how Tom shows Ivory talking to Ida and telling her his age, and Tom saying Ida would have clearly told that to Pyro, even though Pyro and Ida weren't dating and weren't that close at the time. Tom fucked up there, there's no way around that. He also talks about how people were taking the "to be honest, I'd eat your cock up with my arse" line as what Pyro wanted to do to Ivory in real life, which is literally not the case, and the only thing I think Tom said that was genuinely fucking stupid. For those that have watched this far, I wanted to make it short just so people watch the end of it. But I want to say this is coming from a fan of Pyro, just like pretty much everyone covering this. I've been watching Pyro for years now, and he was one of the people who made me interested in pursuing commentary whatsoever. This is coming from someone who looks up to Pyro, as I think he makes some of the best and funniest content on the platform, and the criticism part of this video was only because I want Pyro to be able to be one of the most respected commentators yet again. I did brush over some stuff I felt wasn't important, so if you want to watch the full response, which I'd really suggest doing, but I'd suggest only doing so after you watch the Turkey Tom videos, which again will all be linked in the description. I'm gonna try and make this my last video on the allegations because I genuinely don't want to milk them. That was what I said about my last video though, so we'll see what happens. I genuinely can't wait to see how Tom responds, and if by the time I upload this he has, fuck me I guess. If Ivory lied about his age and Pyro asked and he still lied, Ivory would be in the wrong, but that's not what happened. The best opinion you can have, in my opinion, is that they both fucked up and Pyro was just straight up irresponsible. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing, as it really motivates me to make more and better content. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord if you want to. That being said, I'll see you next time.